Hi, this is Jim Romer, president of Best Weather Inc., and this is CLIMATECH, the most important weather forecast tool you will ever use in analyzing weather patterns around the world for commodities, weather derivatives, insurance risk. And if you're involved in forecasting for the ski or retail industry, it's an absolute must. And we continue to develop this product. We'll be incorporating crop yields eventually, being able to forecast teleconnections months and months in advance. And I'll give you a little bit of a guidance of how to use the product, and you can sign up for a free month trial period at any time. I'll talk about that a little bit later as well. So, are you overworked as a meteorologist or a trader, a hedge fund manager, trying to get the best weather information out there you possibly can get? You want more accurate and efficient weather research. This is the place to get it. Certainly, CLIMATECH is going to give you that opportunity. Let's walk you through a little bit of a tutorial of how to use this. So, twice a month, we are going to be able to update all these teleconnections around the globe. Some of them meteorologists don't even know anything about. And you'll be able to get updates twice a month, as I mentioned, for a variety of variables from rainfall, the temperature, humidity. And here's an example of something that you can get as well, raw data. Some of the data out there right now is not completely accurate. We have kind of smoothed the raw data for many different teleconnections, and it'll give you a more accurate representation of what's going on in the atmosphere. Here's one teleconnection very few meteorologists have ever heard of and used before, the Eastern Atlantic Western Russian Index. Well, that had a big impact in forecasting more than a month in advance the really warm weather you see here over the United States. This index has analog years to the left, and the meteorologists can kind of manipulate back and forth between these different teleconnections and the analog years to see what's the best fit for different parts of the world. So, with CLIMATECH, you get these variables: 850 temperature, humidity, temperature, rainfall, mean sea level pressure. And you have the ability to be able to look at anomalies, correlations between different teleconnections, composites, which are analog years, and a product that's unique and exclusive called the TCI impacts I'll talk about in just a couple of moments. Here, for example, let's start out with correlations. So, let's say you want to look at Nina 1.2, the warm ocean currents this winter of 2016-17 that really resulted in kind of El Nino conditions, not La Nina conditions like many people expected, the incredible moisture in California this winter, the warm winter in the United States. You can go out as far as 5 months. Look at this. And here are the correlations for rainfall. There's the cursor. We can switch this anytime you want. You can notice kind of a wet spring across the plains and Midwest, good for the wheat crop. Let's say you want to juxtapose that a little bit more with another teleconnection. Okay, the AMO index, been very, very warm in the Atlantic. Look how that also has a positive correlation with rainfall across parts of the Midwest. So you can kind of play with this and combine teleconnection patterns and how that is represented as far as these different variables around the globe. Let's say now I wanted to look at the QBO index. Again, you can click on any of these teleconnections as well to see analog years. So we had a near record positive QBO in the stratosphere this winter, another reason for a warm winter. Let's click on that, and what comes up are all the analog years for the top 10% strongest positive QBOs in history. And you can look at the top 25% or the top 10%. Let's look at the 500 millibar pattern. Notice lead 4 going out to May. That would suggest kind of a cooler pattern, kind of a trough in the east and a ridge across the Gulf of Alaska. Here are the analog years you can actually look at. So, let's say you know that you like these analog years, and 2002 seems like a better one that had incredible moisture in California during the winter of 2001, 2002, just like this year. So you click on that if you like that one. You can see kind of a cool May forecast. Interesting. We also have MJO features. Very unique. You can look at the analog years based upon the projections of the MJO months in advance. The amplitude, how strong it is, the phase, and here is, for example, temperatures for the month of April based upon the projection of the MJO. Now, another big feature that we love that is very, very popular is composites or analog years. Now, obviously, because of chaos theory, they don't always work, but it still gives you a general good guidance of particular analog years to look at when correlations of teleconnections match up very, very well. Look, for example, in January, these teleconnections matched up the best. The QBO, the POL index, the polar index over the North Pole that few meteorologists use, and the strong AMO, the strong warm currents in the Atlantic. Guess what? It also looked like the winter a year ago, 2016, projected a month in advance. Look how warm the winter of 2017 was. So this product, ClimateTech, will match up teleconnections based upon which ones relate the best, and will help you use a composite tool to predict 5 months in advance at times. This is last October 2016. These were the teleconnections that were most relevant. AMO being very positive, a negative Indian dipole, the warm Indian Ocean, a few other ones as well. And when they're clicked on, and again, you can only click on the ones that are most relevant. Look at the rainfall projection going out 3 months in advance through the winter through December, with above normal moisture predicted not only in California, which has happened, but also for the West African cocoa crop. This was last October. As a result, cocoa prices collapsed, as you probably have heard over the last few months during the winter of 16-17. This product can be used to forecast crop yields for corn, beans, wheat, cotton, you name it. We continue to develop this. You can click on different regions in the world, and it will correlate the combinations that are best fit for the teleconnections with crop yields and moisture and temperature patterns. Here, for example, this is very unique, called TCA impacts. This relates, for meteorologists, which teleconnections do you look at that are most reliable in forecasting up to 5 months in advance? Which are the most highly correlated? So back in January, for example, here on the left, 0.58 is a very strong positive correlation of the Western Pacific Index. 0.59, the Polar Index. Look, for example, how the QBO only had a weak positive correlation. But anyway, when you click on these various color coordination buttons, it will show you, for example, how we predicted a warm February across the Midwest and which teleconnections work best in predicting this kind of scenario. And again, this can be used for crop yields and anywhere in the world, China, South America, and it will relate the best correlations that fit to predict any variable that you want. So, pinpoint long-range weather forecast analysis, a great tool for commodities and other industries, an absolute must for meteorologists, as I mentioned before. How do you get a month trial period in this? Go to my website, bestweatherinc.com. Go to ClimateTech on the top, and you can email even my partner, Doug Stewart, who's a genius from MIT, an alum, and email him here at stewart@climatespredict.com, and you'll get a free month trial period of this product. Again, we'll continue to be updating this more and more, and I am sure you will absolutely love it. I've been a meteorologist for 35 years, and I've never seen anything like this before. It's helped me a lot in forecasting for commodity traders, farmers, retail companies, you name it. Thank you.